Hi guys, this is Jessica with Cardinal Signs. I hope that you're having a wonderful month so far. So today we're going to take a look at your love life with a pick a card style reading. If there's a particular pile that's jumping out at you, that's the one for you to listen to. I do have these split up into the elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit or storm, combination of all the 4 other elements. You can choose your pile that way. Maybe it's the element that governs your sun sign or your partner's sun sign, whatever you feel drawn to right now. I am going to be taking a look at both your energy and your partner's energy, or the person that you're thinking about at this time. If you're single, I have a different reading that you might find more helpful, which I'll link up here. So just take a moment and focus on what's going on in your love life. If there's anything that you need clarity on right now. When you know which pile to choose, you can scroll down to the description box below and there will be timestamps linked there. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, option number 1. So your overall energy at this time in your love life is the Knight of Wands. This is going to represent your energy here, the Ace of Wands and the World. And your partner's energy is the Knight of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. Okay. So the overall energy with the Knight of Wands is indicating that there's a lot of excitement going on right now. There's a high degree of forward momentum, looking forward to the future, making plans together, just being excited with the direction in which you're heading. I do see you being on the same page. There's definitely a lot of chemistry going on between you. Let's see what else I'm just going to feel, if there's anything. I'm getting this image. It's like this bright yellow light spiraling like this. To me, it could be that maybe you're actually feeling a little bit like you're not going fast enough, even though I'm seeing that there's a lot of momentum pushing you forward in this relationship. There could be a little bit of impatience going on here, and the idea of wanting to speed things up even further. I may come back to that card. So you're showing up here as the Ace of Wands and the World. So this to me is your energy, how you're feeling and thinking about your relationship and your partner. And this is your partner's energy, how they're feeling and thinking about you and the relationship. So a lot of satisfaction as far as your chemistry goes. A lot of ideas bouncing between you, being on the same page. I'm seeing that you are keeping something from your partner though right now, and that it's troubling you. And I see you deliberating over whether or not you want to share that with your partner, this hidden aspect of yourself. So because you're facing away from them still, you haven't made up your mind that you want to show that part of yourself to them yet. I find it interesting that this person is looking that way and this person is looking that way. And both of you actually have an element of something that you haven't shared with each other yet. I do get this sense that this is possibly a new relationship, just because there's so much fresh and exciting energy going on here. We do have the Ace of Wands. If it's not a new relationship, maybe something has changed that's made it feel more exciting than it did before. But either way, there is something that you would like to share with them or that you're thinking about sharing with them, but you just haven't quite plucked up the courage to, and you're not sure how they're going to take it. I do see you feeling that spark, that motivation to open up. And these cards are indicating that it is a good time. If you feel safe and comfortable to do so, this is a good time for opening up further to your partner. Now, your partner's coming up here as the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So this is saying that your partner is a little bit overwhelmed, perhaps, or drained, and also some confusion coming up here. So they're not sure what to make of it. They're not quite sure where this is going. It's like they lack the vision to see forward into the future. I feel like you are primarily responsible for driving this relationship forward and being the visionary, and sort of manifesting this relationship as you go along, being the one who pushes it to the next level. I feel like they're taking a little bit of a step back, kind of a bit of a withdrawal period, where they're kind of having to check in to themselves, tune into, their heart and what they want. They're feeling a little bit uncertain, a little bit lost, not sure quite where they're going. So they're lacking direction. They may be looking to you more for that direction. But I think that it's really important that they also trust themselves and don't place all of that burden on you. I find their cards very interesting. Let me just see what else. Okay, so I'm seeing that they have walled someone out of their life. This could be, if this is new, sometimes there's, what happens is you kind of drop off with friends when you're very interested in a new person. So maybe they haven't been as connected with their friends or their family, whoever they used to be very close with and spend a lot of time with, because I'm seeing a wall over here, not where you are, over here. And there's this sense of loss and confusion and longing. So maybe that's where it's coming from. They're trying to balance all this love and affection that they have for you and all this time that they want to spend with you, but they're feeling very spread thin with this Knight of Pentacles. It's an exhaustion, and the Seven of Cups, confusion. They're not sure how to balance their time between your relationship and the other relationships in their life, and they're working on that. So if you're dealing with somebody who feels like they have withdrawn, they are still interested. They're just not sure how to balance the other areas of their life. Okay, now where this relationship is heading based on the current situation, we have the Lovers. That's amazing. As I said, I feel that this is a very strong connection. There is a lot of forward momentum. This is something that can definitely go the distance. There is all of that chemistry, all of that passion, which is being crystallized here in the Lovers card. So this is a very compatible relationship. This is something definitely worth pursuing. I am going to pull, well, I already pulled it for you. This is for you in particular. This is a piece of advice for you. If there's anything that you can do to help improve this relationship. Balance. Okay. That is exactly what we were just talking about. Now it's interesting because this is your advice, but that's exactly what your partner needs right now, is balance. So I do feel this strongly that your partner relies heavily on you, and that they're not in an excellent position of power within themselves to to be able to kind of manage this aspect of their life right now. So if you see that they're struggling to balance the time spent with you and the time that they should be spending with other people in order to keep those relationships viable, then you can suggest to them and say, hey, you know what? We've spent the last 3 weekends together. Why don't you hang out with your friend on Friday night? You haven't seen them in a while. Why don't you call them up? I'm going to go hang out with my friends. That way you can have that balance, that space that you need in the relationship. Even though it's lovely being together all the time, I do see that it's important to have your separate social lives, so that you don't end up kind of burning out this beautiful spark and love that you have between you, okay? So come apart so that when you come back together, your love will be revitalized. And that's the advice for you, option 1. So I hope that these messages were helpful for you. I hope that they resonated. Give them a thumbs up if they did. Take care of yourself, and I will see you again soon. Okay, option number 2, air. So this is the overall energy of the relationship right now. You have the Knight of Swords. This is your energy, how you're feeling about the relationship and your partner. And this is how your partner is feeling about you and the relationship. And then this is a possible outcome. All right. So the overall energy here with the Knight of Swords, there's a lot of intensity that I'm feeling. I feel like a lot is being thought, but not necessarily communicated. So it's like you're expecting each other to read each other's minds, and I don't think that that's going to work out too well. So let's see here. I'm probably going to come back to that when I pull things together. Okay, so the Emperor and the Two of Pentacles, this is you. So there's a strong degree of independence that you're feeling right now. Also, perhaps the need to control the situation, or wanting to be more in control of what's going on and what the outcome is going to be. The reason for this is because of this Two of Pentacles, it's like you can't quite get a hold of things. It's like it's always just kind of sliding out of your hands for some reason. Something is not staying put for you. It's like the situation is constantly changing and evolving, and you're struggling to maintain control over that. There's this feeling of like you're coming off very serious. And it's like things around you they're being presented like they're like a joke, or like it's all a show, like smoke and mirrors, that kind of thing. And I think it's driving you a little bit crazy right now. Now your partner is coming up here as the Hermit and the Eight of Wands. So this person, more than anything, needs a very clear message. Possibly they're looking to you for this clear message, but they might also be looking within themselves, trying to seek the truth. The Hermit is trying to seek the truth, and the Eight of Wands is all about communication. Again, I get this sense that despite the fact that Swords is often about communication, I feel like you aren't talking or communicating very effectively right now. And it's like there's this expectation from both sides that the other partner just automatically knows. And I can say right now that they don't. There is discord going on between you at this time. I'm just going to feel if there's anything else that I can see here. Okay, so yeah, again, this sort of this idea that things are like a show for some reason. So I'm seeing you on a stage, and there are all these red velvet curtains around you and these red ribbons hanging down from the ceiling. And I see you pulling each ribbon one after the next. And each time you pull the ribbon, a curtain falls away, falls down, and reveals something, some sort of truth about your relationship. So this is a period of deep introspection, I think, for both of you. This is soul searching. This is trying to get to the bottom of it. Above all, right now, is the need to communicate clearly and effectively. Where you're heading right now, and I want you to remember that this can always be changed. This is based on the current situation, and the point of this reading is to help you to see where you're heading, and if you're not happy with that, then you can change things. Three of Swords is not happy energy. Three of Swords is heartbreak. Three of Swords is the two of you continuing to not be communicating effectively, and that's going to drive you apart. It could possibly end the relationship. Okay? So there is some work to be done here, definitely. I have an additional card here. This is advice for you. Anything that you can do right now. Choice. I love how cards always match up. It's so interesting. Two of Pentacles to me is a choice. It's weighing your options. It's deciding, do I want to go this way? Do I want to go that way? The two of you are definitely thinking deeply about what you want in a relationship. Is this what I want? Is this the person that I want to be with? Am I ultimately able to be happy with this person? I feel, I'm going to come back to this Knight of Swords. I'm feeling some anger and resentment coming through. This is the overall energy, okay? So this isn't just from you or just from your partner. It's the way that your energies are blending right now. They're creating anger and resentment. Okay, so that's something that needs to be dealt with, or this is where you'll end up. So choice. Again, I love the fact that we have all this red velvet in this card. That's exactly what I was seeing. These red velvet curtains, and it's like you're pulling down the curtains one by one by one. There's work to be done. You will be able to make this choice. It's not going to come quickly or easily, but you have the power here to do so. Look at the similarities between these cards, the red robes, the crystal ball, red robes, crystal ball. That's crazy. I love it. Okay. So I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that it's given you something to think about, maybe clarified a little bit, helps you to understand more the situation, the dynamic that's going on between you and your partner. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, option number 3, fire. This is the overall energy of your relationship at this time. Beautiful. 2 of Cups. This is the energy representing you, how you are feeling and thinking about the relationship and your partner. This is how your partner is feeling and thinking about you and the relationship. So we have King of Cups and the Star. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. And this is potentially where the relationship is heading based on the current energies. Okay, so to start off, Two of Cups, beautiful energy. Wow. So Two of Cups is often considered to be a soulmate partnership. It is very deep. There's a lot of attraction, a lot of chemistry, but it's also very satisfying as a friendship as well. It goes beyond the physical. It's meeting of the minds. It's having very similar interests, similar ideas, similar outlooks on life. So a ton of compatibility to bring to the table here, which is a great way to start the reading. I'm very happy. Now we have the King of Cups and the Star. This is very interesting. I feel that you're a little bit distracted right now. It's like you're not very grounded. You have perhaps you're very spiritually inclined right now. It's like you're doing a lot of spiritual work, and that has perhaps pulled you away from your partner ever so slightly. It's really important to do this work, but this star, this woman, her feet aren't on the ground. She's walking on water. And because I see that your partner is coming up heavily in pentacles, I think that there is a little bit of a discord here in your energies and the need for you to draw on your partner, who is very grounded right now, and your partner will help to ground you. You can still continue to have these very lofty pursuits, but it is important for you to become more grounded at this time in order to help and enhance your connection with your partner. You're coming up very strongly with the ability to communicate your emotions right now. You have a very mature energy, a mature outlook on this relationship. Pure intentions and a lot of hope. You're bringing a lot of hope to this relationship. You may be kind of like, interestingly enough, even though I'm seeing them being the grounded person, kind of like the spark or the glue that keeps things together. Now your partner here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, they are very concerned with material things at this time. Okay, that's top of their minds. Security, financial security, comfortable house, being comfortable basically is the word, being comfortable. They feel comfortable, but I do feel that they want to have reassurance that they're going to continue to be comfortable in this relationship. Perhaps they're looking at you and seeing that you're a little bit distracted. You're not distracted by someone else. And it's a very, I get the sense of spiritual pursuits and almost an enlightenment kind of like pursuit. And they're simply concerned and they need reassurance that you're going to always check back in with them and spend the time with them that they need in order to feel fulfilled in this relationship. Your partner has something that they would like to offer to you. And at this time, I think that you are oblivious to this. It's something that they're not saying, but they're showing you. They're showing you something that they would like to offer to you. This could be its body language and little signals like that you need to pay attention to. It's possible that they need more affection from you at this time, and you may not have realized that you haven't been giving them as much attention and as much affection as you used to. The relationship is heading, we have the Justice card, which to me is saying that all will become balanced. So this is very minor imbalance right now. You have the Two of Cups. I'm not worried about this at all. You have so much compatibility. This is fine tuning. This is getting to know each other's little quirks and little needs, what makes each other happy. It's a learning process. And with the Justice card, I see you being able to come to that point of balance where you understand your partner perfectly. You know how to keep them happy. They know how to keep you happy and how to keep the relationship flowing smoothly. To me, justice can also indicate a marriage or a marriage-like arrangement. So there's very strong potential with this partnership. Really beautiful energies here. So this final card is for you. Advice for you. Anything that you might be able to do to help in this relationship right now. Interesting that we have change. This is talking about the Star. This is whatever this pursuit is, this star that has grabbed your attention and it's like you're riveted elsewhere. You can't take your eyes off something else. Again, I do not think that this is another person. I'm also not really getting the sense that this is like a work project or anything like that, but it's a metaphysical change within you. And there may be some growing pains associated with that. I see you gaining wisdom, deepening your understanding of yourself. This is a relatively solo pursuit. And it's like your partner is here on the sidelines watching you as you go through this process. And so the important message here is to keep them in the loop. Okay? Because they can see, they sense that things are shifting inside of you. And just because they can see doesn't mean that they understand. So it's up to you to touch base with them, to reassure them. That's what your partner needs right now, is reassurance that this change, whatever it is, whatever's changing inside of you, that it includes them. They're here for the ride with you, okay? So this change is not going to take you away from them. You're going to include them in this journey, include them in this change, and that you won't be so different on the other side that they won't recognize you or that they won't be able to connect with you. They need reassurance that they will, because they will. I see that. I'm just going to close my eyes and tune in and see if anything else comes up here. Okay. So I am seeing that you have wandered far off the path. Again, I get a strong sense that this is spiritual pursuits, but it can be anything, really. Whatever it is that you have dedicated a large portion of your time and attention to lately is what this is. So imagine that we have a large river and then it kind of meanders off into this little creek. You are way far down in this creek, okay? You are like in the nitty-gritty of this. You may have lost your sense of, not your sense of purpose, but almost lost your perspective or lost your way, haven't been able to pull back and see the big picture. And so there's the need for that. It's like taking stock of where you are. Where did you want to go when you started this journey? And where are you now? Because I feel that you may have taken a few too many detours, okay? Hopefully that made sense to you. That's the message that's coming through. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I hope that these messages were helpful to you. If they were, give it a thumbs up. Take care of yourself, and I will see you again soon. Okay, so option number 4 with water. The overall energy of your relationship right now is the 7 of Swords. How you are feeling and thinking about the relationship and your partner. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, and how your partner is feeling and thinking about you. We have the Fool and the Six of Pentacles. And this is where your relationship is possibly heading. Okay. So the Seven of Swords indicates deception. It indicates that things are not as they seem. It indicates that you are not being honest with yourself or with your partner, or your partner is not being honest with themselves and with you. Maybe it's both of you, bringing about this energy, this Seven of Swords. I'm sorry. This is incompatibility. It's glaring incompatibility. Okay, this is trying to make something work to fit together that is no longer fitting together. So it's just going to be a question of, can this be fixed? Or is it time to cut your losses? Okay. I have a feeling that these are going to be more challenging messages that come through for you. All right, so the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. This is a strong desire within you for something new and fresh. You are tired of the status quo and you want to change. This is you going against the grain in search of something that is more than what you have. I don't feel that you're greedy, but there is a general dissatisfaction with where you find yourself right now in your relationship. And so I see you looking elsewhere, or considering looking elsewhere. Your partner coming up with the Fool and the Six of Pentacles, they're not a fool. They're very aware of what's going on, okay? They are also considering moving away from this relationship. It is possible that this relationship has simply run its course and that it's no longer serving both of you. Okay, so I see them opening themselves up, welcoming in new and fresh energy. And what they need is healing with the Six of Pentacles. They need healing. They need something that is going to nurture them on a very deep level. And they are not feeling that they're getting that from you. So if this message makes you unhappy, then there's a lot to do to fix this. If this resonates with you, yes, things haven't been going well. We're not seeing eye to eye. It's like we have completely different lives. We're pursuing completely different things. And when we do get together, it's awkward and it's hard to talk. And it's like having to hide aspects of yourself from the other person. Then it may be time to move on. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of independence. The Knight of Pentacles indicates a period of time in which you spend with yourself alone, pursuing your own interests, because that's what you need right now. If you are in a committed relationship and you want this to continue, then I think it would be advisable to take a pause, to separate yourselves. It can even be just taking a weekend apart, a few days, in which you can be alone and really get in touch with what you want, what's important to you. Spend that time doing the things that you love, that your partner doesn't necessarily love, and vice versa. And when you come back together, when you regroup, you'll have to see, is this Seven of Swords still there? It's like a thorn in your relationship. And either you're going to let the relationship go, or you have to find a way of pulling this thorn out of the relationship. And it's interesting that you are both having to pull this thorn out independently of one another. There's this strong need for separation and independence, to contemplate, to feel where you are. You need something exciting. You need something fresh. And your partner needs healing. So this is a card of advice for you, in a sense. I find this actually a very strange card to come up given the rest of your reading. But if you have been with this person for a long time and you want to salvage it, you need to find a way to breathe fresh energy into this relationship. And the way to do that is through the past. It's through revisiting experiences that you had together that brought you a lot of joy. This is going back in your memories, talking about the things that you did together. So once you've taken time apart, when you come back together, it's like you have to almost like, not erase, but like kind of, and not forget about the recent years, but like don't focus on the recent past. It's like you need to highlight the past that goes further back, in a time where things were more innocent, where things were happy, young, fresh. And it's like bringing the energy of that forward into your relationship right now. Okay? It's like the need to forgive what recently happened. Forgive and forget what recently happened. This thorn that I'm seeing. And it's like rewinding, going back to a better time, hitting play, and proceeding on from there. So I hope that that made sense to you. I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. Hi, option number 5. All right, let's see what you have going on here. So the overall energy of your relationship is the Page of Swords. This is how you are feeling or thinking about your partner in the relationship. You've got the Four of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. This is how your partner is feeling and thinking about you and the relationship. They have the Nine of Swords and the King of Wands. And this is where the relationship is heading based on the current energies. So the Page of Swords, this to me is indicating that there is some, the word immaturity is coming to mind. It could be like a little bit of like bickering, squabbles, that kind of thing. Minor pettiness. I don't see it being a big problem, but you're being called to kind of consider your words before you speak and make sure that you're speaking with kindness and respect, both of you, okay? This is also saying not to be so opinionated and argumentative. So again, it's both of you. So maybe you both have very strong opinions and you're not shy about expressing them, and it can result in some clash. I do feel that it adds an element of excitement to your relationship. It keeps things feeling pretty flashy, but there is the potential there for hurt feelings. So just be careful not to take it too far. Okay, still have fun with it. You can keep things light banter, kind of like debating, that kind of thing. Totally fine. Now you're coming up here with the Four of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. What is this saying? The Four of Swords is traditionally a card indicating the need for rest. And the Three of Pentacles to me is indicating the need to feel more supported. It's possible that you have been spending a lot of time together right now with this Three of Pentacles, kind of like I'm seeing like joined at the hip, feeling like you're acting as one instead of two individuals, and the need for you to kind of like get a little bit of breathing room and space between you. You might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with the level of intimacy that you're experiencing in your relationship right now, and you need a little bit more of independent time just to kind of get back in touch with yourself. Perhaps you're a little bit more of an introvert and you're just exhausted by this constant connection that you've been experiencing. Now your partner is the Nine of Swords and the King of Wands. So it's very important, if you do need to withdraw and you choose to withdraw a little bit from your partner, it is very important that you are clear with them about why you're doing this and what it is that you need, because I see them kind of going off the wall, spiraling and worrying about what is going on. Why are they doing this? Why don't they want to see me tonight? Like, we see each other every night, like that kind of thing. Okay, so kind of getting a little bit caught up and reading too far into the situation. So you have to use your words, be very clear, communicate with your partner, say, you know what, I'm just feeling really drained and I need a night to myself. That way they're not going to worry. Now, on the other hand, your partner's coming up as the King of Wands. I feel like you may be struggling with a little bit of incompatibility. It's not something that you can't overcome, but you're coming off as being a little bit more of kind of like a wallflower, a little bit more introverted, kind of like to be on the sidelines, not the focus of attention, have a lot of time to yourself. Whereas your partner's coming up here as the King of Wands. Maybe you're dealing with a fire sign individual. This is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, possibly. But this person needs a lot of attention. This person needs a very busy and active social life. They have a lot of friends. They like to spend time with people all the time. And you may find this very draining. So if that's the case, then you need to sit down and have that conversation and say, you know what, hon, like, I totally get that you need to like have your social calendar booked, but I just can't keep that pace. So you go ahead without me tonight and I'm going to stay home and read, you know, whatever it looks like for you. That's what I'm seeing. So the need for you to kind of acknowledge where you're incompatible and work with it. Okay, so really talk about it. Don't just assume that the other person is going to understand where you're coming from, because they don't. Now, where this relationship is going, we have the Queen of Wands. This is a really beautiful, mature, and I would say serene energy. I'm going to feel more than look. I just want to feel. Okay, so what I'm being shown is a scene. So there's this path, and it's a really lovely grassy path, and there are these big beautiful trees that are sprouting up on either side of the path. And as you look down, and it goes really far into the distance, which is important, the trees are continuing to sprout up as far as you can see. So to me, this is indicating that this relationship has the potential to really last a long time and continue to be very fulfilling. It is interesting that I am being shown a path on which the two of you come together, but it's like there's your side of the forest and there's their side of the forest, and you can come together on this path and be happy, but you need to also acknowledge that you have your interests over here and your needs, and your partner has their interests over there and their needs, okay? So as long as that, if you're able to work through that, then I see this path going really far, this relationship going really far, being very fulfilling and satisfying. And if it has felt out of balance, out of whack, it's becoming much more satisfying, and serene is the word. Now, this card is your advice. Anything else that you might be able to do to help your relationship at this time? Celebration. I find that very interesting, considering that these cards are indicating that you might need a little bit more alone time. So again, everything is about balance. Perhaps there is an event coming up that's social in nature. I know there's so many restrictions these days, but maybe you don't feel like going, but your partner really, really wants you to go. Again, compromise. Say, okay, I need to stay in all week, not have too much going on in the evenings, and then I'll be able to have the energy to go out to this party and celebrate. Okay, so this is very much like Three of Cups energy. This is friends, family, like people coming together in a very social nature. It's very joyful. Your partner thrives on this. So your partner will greatly appreciate if you will support them by joining them in this celebration. Let me see if anything else is coming up here. Okay, interesting. Maybe it's a birthday because I'm being shown like a present and there's a bow and I'm seeing like the bow being opened up. It's this act of discovery. It's like there's something surprising that you'll find. This is a period of like working through your little differences, and I think that you are going to be pleasantly surprised by what you find can come of this relationship if you just work with each other's natures, what they need, what you need, acknowledging that, celebrating your differences, and there is something really beautiful that is going to come of it. So I hope that these messages were helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and I will see you again soon.